welcome to Tennis Snacks. So in today's video, I want to give you 4 tips on how to read your opponent and how to take better decisions while rallying. Learn how to read your opponent, not only in the way that he's moving, but also the way that he's setting up the shots, so that you can try and interpret his lines of play and be as quick as possible in reacting to his shots. This is really about trying to improve the tactics and also your awareness of what your opponent is doing. So covering the first thing, we'll have the drop shot. So in the drop shot, sometimes your opponent can try and hide it from you. But the truth is that sometimes when he uses the drop shot, it means one thing. He's trying to get an escape route, sort of a backup plan, because he's having trouble to put you off balance. There's a couple of ways of you to read the drop shot from your opponent. So first thing is you need to be aware if he's shifting the way that he's setting up his shot. For instance, on the forehand, normally when you go for that drop shot, he normally shifts the grip to a more continental. So it's a really subtle difference, but it's important to make sure that you're really well in tune with what he's doing. And that's why I always tell to my players, keep your eyes on your opponent. Not only about looking at the ball, but also making sure that you can be aware of his body language. On the backhand side, you can see that if he has either a two-hander or a one-hander, normally the drop shot will come from a higher backswing. So instead of hitting the shot properly with the topspin, he will just raise the tip of the racket a little bit higher. So when you see your opponent trying to do this, I would say that 75% of the times he's going to aim for that drop shot. So make sure that you can be aware of his backswing. So that's the tip number 1. Tip number 2 in how to read your opponent on the serve. Sometimes players adjust slightly their toss. So for instance, if he's going for a slide serve, he will probably throw the ball towards his right side so he can hit at 3 o'clock to hit that slide serve. If you see that the toss is more in front of him, probably can expect a flat serve. If he's throwing the ball more towards the left side and probably closer to his body or even to his back, it means that he's probably going to hit a kick serve. Tip number 3, the way that he's moving on the court. So imagine if you see an opponent that he has all the time of the world to set up a shot, work on his positioning, has a good distance towards the impact point, you can probably expect a really tough shot from him because all the fundamentals are there. He has the right positioning. He has his body weight really well balanced towards the impact point. Quality of the shot will probably be better. But on the other hand, if you have an opponent that is running towards a certain ball, or if you see that he's sliding, if you're playing on clay, that he's sliding to reach out for a backhand, you see that he doesn't have the right fundamentals for that shot. So he's probably going to hit a suboptimal shot. Normally the power, the depth, going to be slightly lower than what you expect on the previous example that I just gave you. If that happens, you can expect a shorter ball. And by that, you can adjust slightly your positioning on the court by stepping in and try to make sure that you can take advantage of that short ball. So the body language when he's running to the ball, it's really important because you need to understand if he's getting late to the shot, does he have the right time to set up the shot? And if that doesn't happen, well, you probably can expect a suboptimal shot and will probably have also a shorter bounce. So you can take up the point and try to close it out the best way possible. The 4th tip is kind of connected with the previous one, and it's about the composure. It's about watching how your opponent is setting up the shot. Probably if he has no time to execute the shot, or you see that he's getting slightly late to the impact point by having that impact point closer to the body, then you can probably expect a shorter ball. Make sure that you can observe the way that he's setting up the shot, have your eyes on your opponent, and making sure that you're trying to interpret his body language, the way that he's setting up the shot, will get you one step ahead. It's really important to know the fundamentals. You need to step up your tennis IQ, and I feel that if you want to go for an exponential growth in tennis, the more tennis IQ you have in terms of gameplay and in terms of tactics, the better player you'll be. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Hope to see you soon, guys. So thanks for watching and keep on snacking.